Hey, Kelsey. Can I ask you something a bit strange?
Strange? What do you mean by that?
I heard you're planning to join us on our overseas trip. Is that true? You're really going to interrupt our precious family time? How inconsiderate of you. How can you even think of doing something like that?
Huh? I'm not really sure what you're talking about. Are you referring to the trip to Mexico?
Yes, of course. I'm talking about that. I've been looking forward to it so much, and then you just have to come along. I can't believe it. I never thought you'd be so bold as to invite yourself.
Bold? What do you mean by that? We've been preparing for a family trip together, haven't we? Dave even reached out to me about it.
It doesn't matter what my husband thinks. He's just a nice guy who talks to everyone. But honestly, don't you think you should have a little consideration this time? You're not exactly family, you know. Why on earth would you think it's okay to crash a family trip?
Jill, with all due respect, I am Mike's wife. Even if you don't particularly like me, that doesn't change the fact that Mike and I are family now.
Mike is my family.
I understand that. So that means we are related now, doesn't it? Plus, the tickets are already booked. We'll be staying in separate rooms and we'll likely be doing our own things for a lot of the trip. What exactly is the problem here?
The problem is that you, as an outsider, are being so presumptuous as to join in on our family trip. Who do you think you are? I really don't want you interrupting our family time together.
But are you even listening to me? I get it. You don't want to be around me. But Dave planned this family trip for all of us, and I'm genuinely excited to be included. During the trip, I promised to keep my distance and not be a nuisance. Isn't that a fair compromise?
That's not the issue. If Mike has to worry about you and accommodate you, then he won't be able to enjoy our family vacation. How can you not see that? You're totally failing at being a good wife. You're such a clueless spouse.
Did you really just say that? What exactly did I do to deserve that kind of talk? If you're going to speak to me like that, I'll just talk to Mike about it. I'll see if it's better if I don't come along. But since the reservations are already made, canceling now would really inconvenience Dave, don't you think?
There you go again, trying to make Mike worry or feel guilty about you. That's exactly why I'm saying you're a terrible wife. You're just a useless wife. Even if you pretend to be a part of the family, it won't work. It's pointless. To me, you will always be an outsider.
Fine. Let me think about it for a bit. Isn't your mom a bit concerned about me joining the family trip? If that's the case, it might be better for me to sit this one out and not be a bother.
Huh? Why do you say that all of a sudden? Did your mom say something to you? You really don't need to worry about it. That's just how she is. You're part of my family now, and Dad invited you for that very reason. He's looking forward to this trip. After all, it's finally time for me and my brother Seth to get married. Our whole family will be going on this trip together, and he's super excited. It's one of the few joys he has left as he's nearing retirement, you know?
That's true. So, does that mean Seth's wife is coming along too?
Actually, no. Sophie has some stuff to take care of at her parents' place, so she won't be able to join us this time. It's kind of a shame, really. I remember the last time things were similar. It must be tough for Seth. I'm sure he would have enjoyed the trip even more if Sophie could be there with him.
Oh, is that so?
What do you mean by, is that so?
No, it's nothing. I was just thinking, am I really allowed to come along?
How many times are you going to ask that? Of course you are! Honestly, I wouldn't leave you behind. If you're not going, then I'm not going either. A family trip wouldn't feel complete without my wife there, right?
I appreciate you saying that.
But seriously, Dad is really looking forward to this trip. We rarely get a chance to travel together as a family, and he's been looking forward to it for quite some time. You've already made your passport, right? So what's the issue?
Actually, I haven't submitted mine yet.
Wait, what? You haven't? I thought Dad collected everyone's passport numbers to make the booking. I assumed he needed it for everyone's reservation.
I just made mine for the first time this time, so I didn't have time to submit it. I ended up just emailing him my number later.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry, I completely forgot about that. Dad worked hard to prepare everything, so let's make the most of it and have fun.
Yeah. Your mom probably doesn't mind all that much, does she? I mean, she does say things from time to time, but I'll try not to let it get to me. I'll make an effort to stay focused. Sorry for interrupting you at work. I'll talk to you later.
No problem. It's good to talk to you about these things. Just remember, this trip is important for all of us, especially for Dad. He wants to create some beautiful memories with the family, and having you there will make it even better. It's a special time for everyone, and it means a lot to him that we can all be together.
You're right. I'll try to keep a positive attitude about it. I know it's important for Dad, and I want to support that. It's just sometimes hard to shake off those feelings of being an outsider, you know?
I get that, but you're not an outsider anymore. You're my wife, and that means you're part of this family. Just like how I consider you my family, Dad does too. So please don't think of yourself that way during the trip. It's going to be a great opportunity for us to bond and enjoy each other's company.
That makes me feel a little better. Thank you. I really do want to enjoy the trip with everyone. I guess I just need to remind myself that I belong there.
Absolutely. Just think of all the fun we'll have. We'll make some amazing memories together. You'll get to see Dad's excitement firsthand when we're on the trip. It'll be an unforgettable experience for all of us.
I'm looking forward to it now. I'll do my best to contribute positively and make it a memorable family vacation. Thanks for reassuring me.
Of course. I'm glad we talked about this. Now let's focus on getting everything sorted out for the trip. It's going to be a great adventure for all of us, and I can't wait to share those moments with you.
Yeah, me too. Let's make this family trip one to remember.
Definitely. I'll talk to you later, okay? We'll work out the details when you get a chance. Enjoy your work.
Thanks, you too. Talk to you soon.
Kelsey, you're still planning to join the trip, right?
Huh? Yes, that's the plan. I mean, it's tomorrow, right? If you're asking me now, my plans have not changed. I already made all the arrangements. Jill, can't you just let us get along while we're on this trip? I don't have any hostility toward you or anything. In fact, I think we can find a way to coexist peacefully during the trip.
Well, you can cover your own cancellation fees. Just so you know, your cancellation is already a done deal. Your spot is no longer reserved.
What do you mean by that? What are you talking about? I'm still going, aren't I?
Well, I think you're better suited to stay home. Honestly, since you can't join anyway, just give up on it. I'll make you regret challenging me. You really have no idea what you've gotten yourself into. And from now on, could you please stay out of our family matters? I mean, don't involve Mike anymore. This isn't about you anymore. It's about what's best for my family.
I don't understand what you're saying. I'm Mike's wife, so it's not really possible for me to stay out of it, is it? That doesn't make sense. You can't just erase me from the equation.
How audacious of you to try to join a family trip as a wife. It's almost laughable. You're acting like you have some kind of right to be involved. I burned your passport, so just stay home. It's for your own good.
I still have my passport, you know. Are you serious right now?
Huh? What do you mean you still have it?
What do you mean you burned my passport? I have it at home. It's packed in my luggage for tomorrow's trip. I'm ready to go. You don't need to lie about burning it. Why would you even think that? That's just insane.
What? Are you serious? I definitely burned your passport. Our family doesn't use such a cute passport holder. It must be yours since it's neither mine nor Mike's. Are you trying to get under my skin? It's not working.
Wait a second. Are you saying you really burned someone's passport? Are you for real? You need to take this seriously.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Kelsey, I burned your passport. That means you can't disrupt the family trip anymore. You're not going to be able to ruin this for us. I won't let you.
No, I have my passport right here. I'm not lying. I never handed it to anyone, so are you saying you stole it from my house? How could you even think to do that?
Huh? Then whose passport did I burn? Was it not yours? I really thought it was yours. You know how frustrating this is. I thought I was doing everyone a favor.
I'm saying it wasn't mine. Stop being so persistent. I don't know whose passport you burned, but was that a really good idea? Are you serious right now? Also, wait a second. Was that cute passport holder the polka dotted one? You need to think this through.
Huh? Yes, that's right. So it really was yours.
You can't just go around burning things without knowing what they are. That's just reckless. That was a present that Seth's wife bought for me. You can't just destroy gifts like that. It's disrespectful.
Huh? I'm not saying I did it on purpose. I never knew it was a gift for him.
It was supposed to replace Sophie's, but she couldn't join the trip. You're making this a lot worse than it needs to be.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? This is absurd.
The passport you burned? It must not have been Dave's, right? That can't be.
Huh? Wait, no, that can't be. I have Mike's and Seth's passports, and mine too. So that just means it must be Dave's. It can't be anyone else's.
If you think about it, it makes sense. You really messed up big time, huh? You're digging your own grave here. Tomorrow is a trip to Mexico, right? Mistaking Dave's passport for mine and burning it is just ridiculous. I can't believe you did that. I mean, burning someone's passport doesn't make any sense in the first place. Are you okay with what you did? No, it's definitely not okay.
You're kidding. That was my husband's? Why didn't you tell me sooner? This is bad. Is there any way we can still go on the trip despite this? We can't let it end here. We have to find a way.
What are you talking about? You can't go abroad without a passport. Of course you can't go. What have you done? Do you know how much Dave was looking forward to this trip? Do you have any idea? You've ruined everything.
I know that. He was really looking forward to it. That's why I'm saying to find a way. We can't just let this be the end. We have to salvage this somehow.
Huh? Find a way? What do you mean? How exactly do you think we can fix this? Do you have some sort of magical solution?
This happened because of you. You have to do something about it. It's impossible for my husband not to go on this trip, so you just need to take my place instead. Just figure it out. Do whatever you have to. This is your mess now.
Seriously, stop it. Just quit it already. You're acting like this is all my fault. You need to take some responsibility here.
Huh? What are you talking about? Did you just lash out? Please tell me that isn't directed at me.
There's no one else here, is there? Since we're messaging each other, you're the one who tried to exclude me by burning my passport, and it turns out it was Dave's. That's not my fault. And I didn't tell you to burn it either. So why are you putting the blame on me? That doesn't make sense. You're being so unfair.
Because it's your fault that this happened. You set this whole thing in motion. You've been nothing but trouble.
I didn't do anything. All of this is your decision and your actions, right? You're blaming the wrong person. Maybe you should blame yourself. This is just ridiculous.
What's with that attitude? Who do you think you are acting all high and mighty when you're not even family? You have no right to speak to me like that.
You say we're not family, but you're the one who put your family into a crisis by preventing your husband from going on a trip that he was so excited about. You can't just pretend like this isn't your fault.
What did you just say? I won't forgive you for that, you foolish wife.
You've been calling me foolish for a while now, but don't you think you're the foolish one? You're the one who made this mess.
Huh? What did you just say? You think I'm foolish? That's impossible. How can you say that? You have no right.
You keep criticizing my tone, but don't you think it's absurd when you think about your own actions? You're trying to prevent me from going on the trip, and you burned a passport, and you didn't realize it was Dave's? Every single action of yours just represents foolishness. You need to see how ridiculous this is.
Even if you say that, what am I supposed to do? I didn't ask for this.
I don't know. You can do whatever you want, I suppose, but I don't think you have many choices left. You'll just have to tell Dave the truth, and there's nothing more I can do about it. However, with what you've done, I won't be going on the trip with you. So I think we should just cancel everything. We're done here.
Huh? Cancel the trip? My husband has been looking forward to this for so long. He's been preparing for it. You're just going to throw that away? That's not fair.
You should consider who ruined that first. Take a moment to reflect on that. You need to own up to what you've done. This is on you.
No, wait. Are we really canceling? Can we rebook? Can't we do something?
I don't know how long it takes to reissue a passport. You should discuss that with your husband. It's not my responsibility to fix this for you.
What about Mike? Are you saying I should go on the trip with Mike and Seth? What about my husband? What am I supposed to tell him?
You're being so persistent. Nobody's going anywhere with you. Don't you get it? You ruined this for everyone.
Huh? No one's going? Why not? This is crazy.
At least, Mike isn't going. Mike said he wouldn't go if I didn't go, and if Dave isn't going, then Seth won't go either, right? You've taken away all the excitement.
Wait a second. So there's no trip? We prepared so much for this. I was looking forward to it too. How am I supposed to tell everyone that there's no trip now? It's all falling apart.
You should first tell your husband properly, I think. He was the one who looked forward to the most. Plus, you burned his passport. You took away his enjoyment. Don't you think you should discuss it with him first? You need to have a real conversation.
Can we say it's your fault instead? Can we place the blame somewhere else?
Huh? Are you really trying to shift the blame onto me? That's not how this works.
I wasn't trying to burn my husband's passport. I just accidentally burned the wrong one. That's not my fault, right? You can't hold me responsible for that.
What are you saying? In this situation, how do you think you can blame me? Jill, it's time for you to wake up. But there is one good piece of news.
Huh? What good news?
Jill, you wanted to cut ties with me, right? Well, guess what? I've decided to cut ties with you too. I can't deal with you anymore, so I told Mike. This is too much for me.
Cut ties? Are you saying you're going to divorce Mike? You can't be serious.
What? Of course not. We're doing fine. The problem is you. You're the issue here.
Huh? Then how can you say you want to cut ties? As long as you're connected to Mike, you can't cut ties, can you? That's exactly why things are like this. You're making a mistake.
Mike also said he never wants to see you again. He's done with this.
Huh? He said that? Are you sure? Are you telling the truth?
I just told him about this. He's probably already contacted Dave. This is serious business.
Wait a second, what do you mean he contacted Dave? What's going on?
You've had your fun making me miserable, but now it's over. I'm glad to cut ties, so goodbye. Don't think you can manipulate me anymore. This is where it ends.
Kelsey, I've been trying to call you since yesterday and you haven't picked up. What's going on?
I've been busy and honestly, I don't have the time to answer every phone call from someone who isn't family.
Someone who isn't family? That's a bit harsh, don't you think? Dave was really upset with me and kicked me out of the house. Can I come over? Seth's place is too far away, and Mike is saying ridiculous things about cutting ties and won't even answer my calls.
I don't think it's ridiculous at all. Like I told you yesterday, Dave is in a tough spot. I feel for him, but we're leaving for our trip today, so I can't help you. Even if we weren't going on a trip, I still wouldn't be able to meet up.
Wait, what? A trip? Are you telling me you guys are going on our family trip without me?
Well, we had already booked the trip and we're covering our own expenses. We'll be going as a couple, just the two of us. And it seems that Dave has canceled your ticket as well, so we'll just be enjoying ourselves. Just so you know, it's best for you to not contact me anymore. Take some time to really think about what you've done and reflect on it. Enjoy your lonely life.
What do you mean by that? You think you can just exclude me from the family like this? I have feelings too, you know. I was looking forward to this trip just as much as anyone else.
I get that you're upset, but the choices you've made have led to this situation. It's not my fault. You should have thought things through before acting so selfishly.
Selfish? This is about family. You can't just dismiss me like I don't matter. I'm still Mike's wife, and that should mean something to you.
You keep mentioning family, but it feels like you're the only one trying to push yourself into a situation that clearly doesn't include you anymore. You need to accept that things have changed, and this is how it's going to be now.
Changed? What are you talking about? Just because you've decided to make it difficult doesn't mean I'm going to just back down.
You can hold on to that feeling, but it won't change anything. Your stubbornness is not going to bring you back into our lives.
This is insane. You can't just cut ties and expect everything to be okay. I don't understand how you can be so cold-hearted.
Cold-hearted? I'm trying to protect my family, and you're the one who's made this impossible. You're the one who needs to reevaluate your actions.
I can't believe this. After everything, you choose to alienate me instead of working things out?
There's nothing to work out when you've made it clear that you don't belong here anymore.
This is so unfair.
Life isn't always fair, Jill. You have to deal with the consequences of your choices.
I just wanted to be part of the family.
And yet, you did everything to push us away. Now it's time for you to face that reality.
Dad, he's decided to get a divorce.
Ah, so it has come to that after all.
My mom had been doing whatever you wanted for a while now, but this time it seems like it's unforgivable.
Your dad was really looking forward to this trip, wasn't he? I wonder if it was okay for us to just go without him.
He says it's better than throwing everything away. He thinks it's for the best, so maybe it was a good decision after all. At least now you don't have to worry about my mom bothering you anymore, right?
Yeah, but are you really okay with this? I mean, she's still your mom after all.
But this time he really went too far. If things continue like this, it could become even more of a burden. I think Dad is right about this. Maybe we can talk again once things settle down a bit. But for now, it's probably best for him to reflect on his actions.
You're right. Mike, thank you for being on my side.
Of course! We've chosen each other, and that makes us family. I'm sorry you had to go through this.
It's okay, I appreciate it. Thank you, Mike. I really need your support during this time.
You can count on me always. We'll figure this out together. Just remember, family can be complicated, but we're here for each other.
I just can't believe it got to this point. I always thought that no matter what happened, we could work through it. But now it feels like everything is falling apart.
I know it feels that way right now, but sometimes you have to take a step back to see the bigger picture. Your dad may need this time to rethink his priorities. People can change, and maybe this is what he needs to do that.
I hope so. I really want him to find happiness again. It's just hard to see him like this.
I get it. It's tough when family dynamics shift like this, but you're not alone in this. We're a team and we'll support each other through whatever comes next.
Thanks, Mike. I feel so much better just talking about it with you. You really helped me put things into perspective.
I'm glad to hear that. You deserve to feel supported, especially during such a difficult time. Don't hesitate to lean on me whenever you need to.
I won't. It's just comforting to know that I have someone who understands. I feel like I can talk to you about anything without being judged.
That's how it should be. Relationships should be a safe space. You can always share your worries with me. I'm here to listen and help you navigate through this.
Thanks, Mike. I really appreciate it. I don't know what I'd do without you right now.
You're stronger than you think. Just take it one step at a time, and don't forget to take care of yourself in the process.
You're right. I need to focus on my own well-being too. I can't let this consume me completely.
Exactly. You have your own life to live, and you deserve happiness too. So let's make a plan for the future. What do you want to do next?
I think I want to focus on finding my own path. Maybe I should look into some hobbies or activities that I've always wanted to try. It might help me clear my mind.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. Exploring new interests can be so rewarding. Plus, it could be a great way to meet new people and create a support system outside of family.
You're right. I hadn't thought about it that way. Maybe this is the opportunity I need to grow and find what truly makes me happy.
Absolutely! Just remember, it's okay to prioritize yourself during this time. You deserve to find joy and fulfillment in your life.
Thanks for always believing in me, Mike. I'm so grateful to have you in my corner.
I'll always be here for you, no matter what happens. Let's take this journey together, and I'm sure we'll come out even stronger on the other side.
After that, we haven't been in contact with Jill. It seems that our parents are getting a divorce, and Dave couldn't bring himself to forgive Jill for everything that happened. It's really unfortunate, but I guess it's a consequence of the choices she's made. From what I've heard, Jill has been trying to reach out to us, probably looking for some support or understanding, but Mike has been ignoring her completely. I can understand why he would want to keep his distance after everything. It's hard to forget the hurtful things that were said and done, especially when family dynamics become so complicated and messy. Now, it looks like Jill is trying to figure things out on her own. She seems to be in a tough spot, and while I do feel a little sorry for her, I can't help but think that this is a moment for her to reflect on her actions and the consequences they've had. Maybe this is the wake-up call she needs to realize how her behavior has affected those around her. I hope that with time, she'll come to understand the impact of her choices and start taking responsibility for her actions. It's important for her to recognize the hurt she has caused, not only to Dave, but to the entire family. Family isn't just about blood. It's about the relationships we cultivate and how we treat one another. I genuinely hope that this experience helps her grow and become a better person in the long run. The silence has been deafening since we cut off contact with her. It feels strange to think about how things used to be, how we were once close. It's hard to believe that it has come to this point. I never imagined that our family would be torn apart like this. It's a painful situation, but I think it's necessary for everyone to take a step back and reevaluate what's important. Life has a funny way of forcing us to confront our issues. In some ways, I think this could lead to healing in the long run, even if it's hard to see it right now. Maybe Jill will find some clarity in her situation, and perhaps this will push her to become a better person, a more thoughtful person. I want to believe that everyone can change for the better, and maybe this experience will serve as a catalyst for that. Meanwhile, Dave seems to be struggling with his feelings of betrayal and anger. It's understandable. He invested so much in his relationship with Jill, and to have that relationship crumble because of her actions must be incredibly painful. I can only imagine the hurt he feels, and I wish there was something I could do to ease his pain. It's difficult to watch someone you care about go through such turmoil, especially when it's caused by a person you once considered family. As for me and Mike, we're trying to focus on our own lives and support Dave in whatever way we can. We're trying to maintain a sense of normalcy amidst the chaos. It's a delicate balance, but I know it's important for us to be there for him. He deserves support during this challenging time, and we're doing our best to provide that. I hope that one day when things settle down, we can all come together and have an open conversation about what happened. It would be nice to clear the air and perhaps even find a way to rebuild some of the bridges that have been burned. However, I know that it will take time and effort from everyone involved. Rebuilding trust is never easy, especially when it has been broken in such a significant way. But for now, we'll take things one day at a time. I just hope that Jill eventually understands the consequences of her actions and learns from this experience. It's never too late to change and become a better version of yourself. All we can do is hope for the best and support one another as we navigate through these difficult times. In the meantime, I think it's important for us to focus on our own well-being and not get too caught up in the drama. Life goes on, even when things get tough. We need to find ways to stay positive and support each other. I believe that with time, healing can occur for all of us, even for Jill, if she chooses to reflect on her actions and change for the better. So for now, let's keep moving forward and see where life takes us. I have faith that eventually we'll find a way to heal and perhaps even reconnect in some capacity. It might take time, but I believe that it's possible. We just have to be patient and allow the process to unfold as it should.